I never thought I would be happy for Family Guy, but I am. Okay, yeah, blah blah blah, I hate Family Guy. Let's see some violence!
He's a Family Guy!
Peter versus Homer. Okay, so if we're gonna be honest, neither me nor the asshole actually like The Simpsons. We just never really got into it. It's kind of boring. But we can appreciate the cultural phenomenon that it is. And this crossover episode with Family Guy was an interesting episode in itself. But the best part of this crossover is the ridiculous fight scene between the two. Now, I personally find that these two shows are pretty polarizing. Usually you're on one side or the other. I very rarely find people that actually like both. Maybe that's just my area, but I don't know. So during this fight scene, we get to see Peter and Homer just rampage across Springfield. They go to the power plant, mows, they blow shit up, Krusty the Clown shoots Peter out of a cannon. Well, you hear me praising the hell out of this, so why is it only number 5? Well, Comic Collector Guy kinda sums it up the best.
Worst chicken fight ever.
And speaking of giant chickens,
He's a Family Guy!
Chicken Fights 1 and 2. I knew I wasn't getting away with making this list without mentioning the giant chicken at least once, so I needed to really figure out which fight scene is the best. And I honestly cannot pick between 1 and 2. They both have their merits in different ways. The first chicken fight was just ridiculous because it's all based on the idea of an expired coupon. I liked the second one, however, because I was not expecting that joke to make a comeback. I remember watching this episode air on television, and then all of a sudden the giant chicken comes out of nowhere, and I screamed. You know what? I don't care if that's embarrassing. I did. It was awesome. The first time the giant chicken made its comeback, it's awesome. Now, the one thing people will always remember about the giant chicken fights is just how absolutely massive they got. Plane crashes, train crashes, explosions everywhere, multiverse traveling, tons of this bullshit. Sadly, this has just become another drawn-out, tired joke of Family Guy, but then again, Family Guy in itself is a long, drawn-out, tired joke. So I guess it fits. The joke might have gotten worn out, but the destruction is still fun to watch.
but you know, the best part about this entire series of fights is the fact that it all started with an expired fucking coupon. You know, back when Family Guy could be funny.
He's a Family Guy!
Stewie versus Penelope. Now, they have attempted to give Stewie a rival before when we had Bertram, but yeah, that sucked. Bertram sucked. So when this episode came around and we finally got a female version of Stewie, I was intrigued. This episode finishes with Stewie and Penelope starting to duke it out using all the science crap that they have at their disposal. Anti-gravity guns, mines, grappling cannons, and they even have like a kung fu fist fight on the back of a moving truck. I mean, this is like some Michael Bay level shit here. This fight scene only lasts a couple minutes, and what action we do get is a little subdued for something I would expect from, you know, Stewie and his opposite rival. You know, a true opposite rival. Again, fuck Bertram.
Okay, if they would actually grow a pair and bring Penelope back, I would totally watch Family Guy again.
He's a Family Guy!
Stewie versus Lois. You know, the whole Stewie trying to kill Lois thing was funny in the beginning, and I always wondered why they stopped that joke, and he just started to become mildly annoyed with her. So when this two-parter came out about Stewie killing Lois, I didn't really know how to feel initially. Now, I won't spoil the episode because it actually is pretty good. You know, it's one of the few Family Guy episodes I could stomach, and fun part is that it's a two-parter, so you know, I'll give him an extra point for that. I think that still puts him about negative 500,892. Now, the end of this two-parter is probably one of the coolest things we've ever seen on Family Guy. No, this fight scene not only has a fight in the White House, guns, explosions, grenades, kung fu fighting, lots of blood, but this fight scene lasts for what seems like hours. Like, in a good way. This fight scene is long and you still enjoy every friggin' second of it. This was going to be my number one, but I cannot get over the cop-out ending. Those of you that have seen this episode know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I encourage you to go see it.
You know what? I like this fight so much, I'm gonna forgive it for the shit cop-out ending it has.
He's a family guy.
Meg and Chris versus everyone. Okay, the best fight scenes that Family Guy has to offer have always been the ones that are hand-to-hand. But what sets this one above the others? Well, to start off with, it's Meg and Chris, two characters that I actually like. You know, I hate that they still pick on Meg, but I know they're never going to stop. During this fight scene, we see Meg and Chris literally take out an entire cafeteria of students and killing every single one of them with everything at their disposal. Broken lunch trays, utensils, a fucking American flag. During this fight scene, we see them use these in some more creative ways to kill people. I feel like I'm watching a freaking Jet Li movie. You know the second they flip Chris's hat up that the shit is about to go down. Why?
Just to top off this gigantic sundae of blood, they put a little cherry on top by adding Freebird. Fucking Freebird.
Hey, Clockwork. Sorry it took me so long to finish that. I've just been really busy. What the hell are you doing?
Nothing.
Did you just make a video without me?
No. Well, you were taking too long. I want to get my violence on.
How's that for violence?